Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the people's champ himself. It is, of course, Mr. Michael Hunter. Mike, welcome back on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mike, we last spoke back in June. At the time, you'd just beaten Cassius Chaney. A few things have happened since then in the heavyweight division. Let's go through them. You correctly predicted the outcome of Martin Bakole and Jared Anderson. You also went to the fight.
Yeah.
Bakole has now been ordered to fight Ajit Kabayel. I think that's an interesting fight. But what's your take on that? Seeing as you're the man for heavyweight predictions right now.
I think Kabayel gets stopped worse than Anderson does. I think Usyk will protect himself. Kabayel for a little bit. He'll be more safer, but I think he gets knocked out around the same amount of rounds.
Okay.
Maybe one before.
Okay. And Mike, obviously your only loss came to Usyk. That's really aged well, I think. Like, you know, we've seen him beat Fury, we've seen him beat AJ twice, Daniel Dubois, who's gone on to win a world title. And I'd say that you probably gave him the best fight out of all of those guys. Do you think that you maybe don't get the respect that you should get from, I don't know, boxing itself, boxing fans maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I think it just comes with the territory of me not being active. So people can have something to say. But, it just comes with the territory of boxing. And 90% of them people wouldn't even dare to even get in the ring with me. So, take it easy. Take it on the chin.
And Mike, you boxed not last weekend, but the weekend before in Mexico. I literally know nothing about the fight. It's not on BoxRec. Talk to me about that one, Mike. Tell us what we don't know.
Yeah, it was a quick tune-up. We didn't want to get just somebody that was a major, just somebody a duck. We wanted to get some rounds in, activity and stuff like that. And we were able to find somebody that was pretty game. He came to win. He wasn't trying to, lay down. And, it took me a couple of rounds to, kind of even get my flow going. And I ended up stopping him in the fifth or sixth round. And, so I caught him with a nice uppercut. It was a nice little combination, like uppercut, left hook. But prior to that, he was very game. He wouldn't really let me jump on him, man. He was a vet.
Okay. And you're obviously highly ranked with a WBA. There's been movement. Kubrat Pulev beat Manuel Charr for the vacant regular title. Is there a way in for you in that situation, Mike?
Yeah, we're hoping. I'm the gold belt champion. I fought Cassius Chaney for that title, and that means I'm supposed to be mandatory for their belt. So, for Pulev's belt, I know that he's trying to go around me and trying to make other fights, but I think he's kind of stuck having to deal with me. And then if anybody else does step in, like a Big Baby Miller, because I heard that they were trying to put him in, they're going to end up having to deal with me after they beat Pulev. So,
okay.
I feel like I'm next in line, and I'm just trying to make sure that the WBA, and I hold the WBA to that, whether I have, as far as going to the sanctioning bodies, staying busy, and being in their face.
And you are actually scheduled to fight on February 15th in Vegas. Again, what's up with that, and when will we hear who it's against, Mike?
Well, we have a couple of issues right there because, the WBA might order Michael Hunter versus Pulev. So if that happens, then we might have to move that fight back. But I just was trying to get a homecoming fight. There's a guy down here who throws shows, a great promoter down here, throws shows every year. And, we're working together on throwing the shows. And, so hopefully it happens because I haven't fought here. It'll be a homecoming fight for me. I haven't fought here in quite some time. So, that's what we're going with.
Okay. So things are good right now for you.
Yeah, I mean, I always could be better, but I can't complain. I'm staying busy. I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm blessed in so many different ways. It's ridiculous. So I'm still on my path. It is not over yet. I'm still chasing the title, still collecting bounties. So.
And I asked you earlier on about Usyk. We have to, of course, talk about this rematch with Tyson Fury this weekend. Is it repeat or revenge, Mike? Drop the science. Talk to me, baby.
I think that with the Usyk-Tyson Fury fight this weekend, I think it'll be pretty much a very similar fight to the first fight. It's very hard to say because these guys are, both at an elite level, and when you're like that, I always say it. Sometimes it just depends on the game plan. It's not necessarily who's the better fighter at that moment. I mean, who's the better fighter overall. It's just who has the better game plan. So I think that Usyk obviously has the edge. I called that fight too as well. Last call, and I think it'll be similar. I think Tyson Fury is going to do something a little different, so the fight is definitely going to play out slightly different, but I think the outcome will be very similar.
Yeah, I remember you did pick the winner last time, and you got that right. Like I say, you're pretty good at picking who's going to win heavyweight fights, Mike. Just never get into the habit of betting on fights, though, hey?
I did. You know what? One day I did get Anthony Joshua Dubois wrong, and
I got it right.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it right, and I thought it was really cool to hear your perspective of why you got it right, because that was obviously some Brit intel and some vision that you had right there. That was some, But I thought it was really cool because I didn't have that look. I'm like, I still don't see it. But I feel like it played out just like you said it, and I really find that really cool when it happens like that.
I appreciate you, man. But like I say, you've been getting more right than me recently, particularly with the heavyweights. Every December, Mike, everyone that I interview in the month of December, I like to ask them what's on their Christmas wish list for the following year. So basically, what would you wish for in terms of your boxing career for basically for 2025? What do you want 2025 to bring you in a realistic world?
That's a really good question. I would have to say that I get the WBA regular belt title and I start pushing for mandatories. I start getting ranked in all the sanctioning bodies and start getting recognized by the end of 2025 in all sanctioning bodies. And I become a mandatory for one of these, normal belts. Maybe Usyk has to drop one of the belts because of me. Something in that nature. 2025.
Yeah, I mean, you're knocking on the door now, so it doesn't seem like an unrealistic dream, and I really, really hope and pray that does happen for you. Just before we let you go, Mike, man, if you've got any closing words to the listeners, you're like family on this show, and, you're on the intro every week anyway, but if you've got a little message to the listeners, this is going to be the last interview that we do with anyone before Christmas.
Well, I just want to thank you for having me on the podcast. Thank you for all the fans that listen and keep a lookout for the Bounty Hunter 2025 to start shaking up some stuff and putting my foot in this Saudi Arabia situation.
There we go. That's what we all want to see. Mike, as always, the pleasure's mine. Thanks for your time, and we'll speak again in the new year, my friend.
Likewise. Thank you. One love.